y'all boys feeling, man?
Feeling good, man. What's going on?
Feeling good.
Wow, I'm feeling great.
What's going on?
Man, about to be the top of the new year.
Oh, yeah, we got a couple more days, man.
How
Try to go to the new year
How
good.
many days we got?
What is it?
Damn near like 2 weeks to the
Today,
new year.
Yeah, we got about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I didn't want to say that day.
Feeling good though, man. Feeling good.
Yeah, that's good. So where would y'all say y'all mental health is, like on a scale of 1 to 10? Like how y'all feeling?
Say about an 8. Good 8. What you say?
Care to explain? You gotta go in, go into detail.
Yeah, why you at an 8?
Mental health right now. Say 8 because
That boy just got him a PS5.
Wait, you got? I thought you was a PC man.
no, I'm on a PC, right? But I just got the PS5. Shout out to Bay.
Okay. Shit.
But nah, yeah, man, I say 8 because like everything ain't what it could be, but everything ain't horrible either. You know what I'm saying? So just every day, just trying to figure it out, man, like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like just getting after it.
Shit, that's good. That's good.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Or you say you at Cash?
I'm probably at about a 9 for real. It's about a 9.5, and I say I'm there because, you know, shit, we still living, still got to wake up today, and be here with everybody. So you know, shit, every day you get to do that is a good day.
Oh yeah, for sure. So I say the same about 9.5. I say that because man, we going into a new year. And I feel like going into the new year, you know, my mind right, my mind focused. And like you kind of said, like everything ain't all good, but everything ain't bad.
Right.
Man, this year went by fast as a
Man,
motherfucker.
fast.
Y'all said 9 and 9.5, man. Y'all got me feeling bad. Like, damn.
Look, man, hey, as long as you ain't coming in with a 5 or a 4 or some shit like that.
Right, no, for sure.
But no, you know, it's a work in progress every day.
Texas Cash, hey man, watch D, bro.
Yeah, you come in talking about a 4, man. We gotta put you on watch.
Oh, man.
Man, I've been feeling like this for a couple days, couple weeks, so I'm gonna go ahead and see how y'all feeling about it. So it's been heavy on my mind lately with like the way music is influencing our culture and our minds and the shit that we just do on a daily basis. So it's just, I kind of want to see what y'all been listening to lately, the genres, the artists, you know what I'm saying? Kind of break it down for me of what y'all been tapping into lately.
Yeah. Me, most people say I'm a square. You know, I be stuck in the crib, reading. I be listening to a lot of stuff a lot of people don't normally listen to. So I listen to a lot of R&B, old school 90s, 80s. Shoot, go back to the 70s.
You ain't going back to no 70s.
I listen to the 70s, bro.
Name one 70s.
I think that's the 70s is like James Brown and Temptations. Nah, the Temptations, that's farther than the 70s.
You be on some David Ruffin?
I mean, I ain't probably on all that, man. I wouldn't even call it R&B music. It's like soul music.
Soul, right,
like
yeah.
It speak to your soul for real. It put you, you know, in a good space. Now, don't get me wrong. Like, I got a balance.
Right.
Like, sometimes, you know, I wake up, I feel like, okay, I want to, you know, listen to some rap today. I'm about to go hoop. I'm trying to, you know, go crazy on somebody. So I'm about to play some music. Some Peasy. I rock with Peasy. But most of the time, I ain't gonna lie, I'm soul music, man, R&B.
No, for sure. I can respect it.
Like neo soul type vibe.
I ain't gonna say.
But nah, I probably say like, really with me, man, my music categories are like super like wide. Like, you know what I'm saying? I listen to all types of music, so but majority of what I listen to is rap. It is hip hop.
That's probably why you at an 8.
Current, no, for sure. Current rap music, you know what I'm saying? I like to keep up with the date, latest stuff, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I will go back and go hit, like some old hip hop, old rap, old, R&B. You know what I'm saying, for the most part. But I feel what you're saying though. Like, yeah, that rap all the time, that can kill your vibe though, for sure.
Yeah, I was about to ask you a question. So, like, have you ever just took the time out to try to, pay attention to the difference? Like, do you feel like a big difference when you listen to rap or when you listen to R&B or soul music?
I for sure feel the difference. Like,
Hell yeah.
shit, like, when you sitting up there listening to rap all the time, bro, you damn near ready to go out and do something. Like, you know what I'm saying? Rather than R&B,
Just want to be in the crib
mellowed
with
out,
your
you
PS5
chilling,
with
you
Bay?
know what I'm saying? You just want to chill for real. You chilling, like, you really mellow.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all, majority of my speeding tickets came
Coming
from when
to
I'm
rap.
listening to some rap. For real. Like, that should have literally had you going 120 for no reason. You'll look up and be like, damn, let me slow my ass down. But you listen
Cop
to
pull
some
you over
R&B,
like, hey, what song was that?
boy, you listen to some R&B, you'll sit in traffic and not even care. You'll do the speed limit. You'll sit behind a car that's going slow just because you're not in a rush. Like, you relaxed and you content.
No, I done got in the car and turned on some rap and didn't even notice the damn police siren going off behind me. And, like, I'm about to cause a hole. You know what I'm saying?
Say been on the police chase 20 minutes.
Man, don't even know it. But yeah, that music, could for sure. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's with your vibe and your frequency, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I definitely noticed the difference.
Yeah, and it's like Cash was saying earlier, like it plays a big influence like on our culture and our everyday life. Like just rap music and entertainers and just everything. Like rap music is our culture for real.
Right.
So kind of answer your question, like where do we feel like the influence and stuff is, I think it plays like a big influence. Like I'm kind of like I if I was to sit with a rapper, I would honestly have like an open discussion, open debate about how do they feel the stuff they portray in their lyrics and in their music influence like the youth and stuff in our culture. Like, does it play a big difference in the reason shit is the way it is, or how do they feel like certain shit is?
I feel like, yeah, it play a huge part into how, society is shaped today because, I mean, rap, they say is like the number one genre getting played right now. Like, it's basically top in charts over any type of category of music, and you got all these young guys listening to it. And right now, I mean, when you listen to rap, the majority of the topic is killing somebody or, doing drugs. So, of course, you're gonna have your influence if you a top seller. Anybody that got a voice for real gonna have some type of influence on these younger guys. So, you got the guys, they out here doing it, doing what they see or hearing the raps, you know what I'm saying? So it's definitely gonna influence some younger guys, but I just feel like it's up to them to have the wisdom to decipher if it's, just entertainment. You gonna really go ahead and do what they saying, you know what I'm saying?
So Cash, were you like when I'm saying that, do you feel like rappers should hold some part of accountability in what they pushing out here, and rather like it's the listener's fault or the rapper's fault?
I basically feel that the rappers should be conscious of what they spit. But like D said, at the same time, you have to be a listener that's gonna differentiate what's the right thing to listen to and follow, and what's just something cool just to listen to. And that's what I feel like we have a hard time separating, is good lyrics to follow and a good message to follow versus a negative message. And right now, that negative message is winning 10 times out of 10 every day. and it's not even cool to even sound, or excuse what I'm saying, it's not cool to sound positive. It's like negative is winning.
I ain't even gonna lie though, it's hard to sound sweet
Yeah.
when you talking positive though. Like, you're not about to sit up here and be having no rap talking about.
Yeah, you're gonna be labeled corny as soon as you
Yeah.
try it, you know what I'm saying?
But you know what I think?
What's up?
Because I was watching one podcast and one interview where a rapper said, he said they could be in one song talking about, you know, certain shit like violence or whatever, but they talk about stuff that they actually went through, they, you know, grew up doing. Then in a second song on their mixtape or their album, you know, they telling you what you get if you do that, like
Right.
what comes with all that. What I think is it goes to like, you know, systematic things, to where you got these labels that you sign to where, okay, if you got 15 songs on the album, they literally only gonna push like the songs that's promoting violence and promoting all the drugs and that shit, and everything that they talking about on the other songs, like what you get that comes with this, they not gonna promote that as much. So if they not promoting it, it's not gonna be like a big hit or
Right.
anything like that. So
Right.
I think it's like systematic, honestly. So I could say to some point rappers could, you know, hold themselves accountable, but it's a system. Like, it's systematic, so.
For sure. Shit.
So basically, with all of us being barbers and in the barber industry, how do y'all feel like barbering is transformed in this world today? And how do you feel like that we're an asset, or do you feel like we're an asset to this community?
So I feel like we definitely are an asset, and I kind of, like, from having a few conversations with you, it kind of like changed my mindset with certain things. Because for so long, when I first started cutting hair, that's all I was focused on, like cutting. So I lost myself, like chasing money. So
Right.
for so long, I'm like, man, I don't want to cut. Like, I don't want to do this. Like, man, I'm trying to get away from barbering. Then once we start having conversations, it like opened my mind. It gave me like a different mindset to where, like, barbers really play like a significant role in people's lives.
Right.
Like, it's people, clients
Subconsciously.
that come in and, you know, they just unwind and shit to us. And that's therapy to them. It's like they have no other platform or no other safe place to be able to, you know, show their emotions or express themselves. And just them getting a simple haircut and talking to you about certain shit they got going on, that's helping them so much.
Right.
So I feel like that plays like a real important role in somebody's life. So I feel like barbers, like, we vital.
Yeah, man, barbers is real. Like, the barber relationship, I feel like can definitely be super intimate. Like, because really, like, you looking at a barber, like, not just as a barber, you looking at him like a person, like, down there a stylist, down there, like, you know, a brother, down there depending on the age, maybe a coach, you know what I'm saying? So it's definitely like different, you know, ways you could see a barber, you know what I'm saying, on top of them just being natural role models. Like, I never seen like a barber just down bad growing up. Like, they always kind of had, like, you know, a say-so in the community, and kind of like just everybody respected them. So definitely play a significant role, definitely. I don't think we know how much of a role we play.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I think that we actually downplay ourselves a lot, and in a sense, that kind of rubs off to the community, because for the longest, I mean, barbers been charging $20 for a haircut. Why is that? That's because they've been downplaying themselves. They ain't been seeing they self-value, they self, you know what I'm saying, and they worth. You know what I'm saying? For the longest, women been paying like $65 for a simple press and curl or whatever the case may be. And that's been for years, bro. So the fact that we just really hitting on $40 cuts and that's bare minimum, it's kind of, it say a lot. It say a lot. But what can I say, man? We gotta recognize our value. We gotta.
No, for sure. I want to say, I feel like, which camera I'm on, CJ?
If right there, bro.
If y'all men had a more consistent barber and y'all stuck with one barber, y'all issues that y'all going through might not be real issues because y'all have a role model, a friend, a brother to talk to it about. And people don't really understand the value of having a barber that you can really lock in with, and y'all can understand each other on a deeper level than just a haircut. Because the game that we give and we get from our clients is, you would never think that them type of conversations that actually happen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's crazy. I grew with a lot of my clients. Like you say, when I first started cutting hair, I was moving around so much. I went to like 4 or 5 different high schools, so I ain't know nobody. Once I started cutting hair, like, man, that changed my life.
And
like just meeting new people, start networking with people, and like building like brotherhoods.
It's crazy you say like you grew with your clients too, because back in the day, it always used to be an older dude like cutting hair, bro. It used to always be like that older guy that was kind of like maybe 10, 15 years older than you cutting your hair. But nowadays, your barber probably the same age as you, if not younger. If not, probably a little older than you, or, you know what I'm saying?
That's crazy. I never really thought of it like that.
It's like the fact that Mars said he grew with his clients. I done grew with a lot of my clients too.
Yeah.
And I feel like back in the day, you feel me, like that barber kind of was like a big homie, or, you know what I'm saying, a life coach. Whereas today, you don't really it ain't glorified to have no big homie or no guidance for real. So how y'all feel about that? Like, do y'all ever find yourself kind of like giving advice to y'all clients, or you feel me, like being that role model, or?
Yeah, so it's crazy you say that. So what I noticed, man, like just getting like a little deeper, like once I start growing, like I had mentioned, I start growing with my clients. But once I start growing like as an individual person, like I start doing certain shit that I like to do. So like when I first started cutting hair, I had clients and we talking about, the average young stuff, like women, like, oh yeah, man, look at her, or, I was messing with her and this and that. Every time we would come, we would talk about like shit that wasn't important for her.
Right.
Man, once I started like going through stuff where I start reading, started getting to know myself, it'll be stuff I be posting on Instagram and stuff. Same clients that come in, they'll try talking about the same stuff, and I'm just like, yeah, bro, I ain't really on that. And me not knowing like the shit I be posting, they start doing the same shit. I be like, damn, like they picking up books and they coming asking me like, yeah, man, what you think about this book and shit like that. So it's like you play like a real big role, bro, and you don't even know it, man.
Everybody, people watching.
Yes.
Yeah, I look forward to talking to clients about, different business ventures, or just get excited about hearing the stuff that they're excited about, as far as maybe leaving a job that they've been working to start their own business, or jump off into entrepreneurship, or just anything that's better in themselves. And even the younger kids that we cut, it's just good to kind of see them come in and listen to either the conversations that we have, or the podcast that we watch, or, the type of stuff that we push in the shop. And it's just good to know that we putting them in a positive environment so they can pick up some game and, learn a thing or two.
So would y'all look at yourself, like, even though the age we are now, as the big homie?
I just turned 25, so I feel like for sure, like OG, like a little OG status, like a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
OGD.
Kinda, yeah, on it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like I done seen a lot of stuff like growing up, and I mean, you could be 25 and still be a kid, bro.
Yeah.
So, but
Yeah,
it's just
I feel like age limit. It's no age limit on the
mindset.
wisdom or the
met
game that you can give.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Some younger guys, younger than me, and I'm down there like, this nigga seem like he older than me.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
exactly.
So it really ain't even the age thing about it. It's really just about your experiences.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Then,
saying?
like you were saying too, like with the barbering, like it opened up to, having the right big homies for real.
Yeah.
It's like the relationships you building with people, you start to, meet new people and people like start to see things in you that you really, I guess they see potential and stuff in you. So you got OGs that's like out here doing certain stuff other than barbering. It could be with entrepreneurship and you building relationships with them, and now they become your OGs. So like the question you asked, yeah, I feel like it's real important to have certain, I would say mentorship. Like it's real important to have mentorship, and we can say OGs, mentorship. I'm putting that on the same level.
Gotcha. Yeah, that mentorship, I ain't never really get into it, but how y'all feel about like, does therapy fall under that? Like, you know what I'm saying?
What, mentorship?
Yeah,
Or just
like,
everything, period?
like is that
I feel like
kind of like the same vibe?
So I feel like we all should have therapists, like licensed therapists. But when you talk about like OGs and mentorship and stuff like that, I feel like that can fall into therapy. And I say that because when I first started cutting the hair, one of the cats that we just built like a good ass relationship, like a brotherhood, was Dave in Georgia, Detroit. So our ex-boy.
Okay.
And with me being so young, it was certain shit like he would tell me like yo, you gotta stop doing this, you gotta stop moving this way. Like you gotta stop making yourself so easily accessible to certain people and women and shit like that. And me being young, I'm just like, oh man.
Right.
Like it's going in one ear, not the other.
Right.
Then I had to like go through certain stuff. I never like understood why on a Sunday instead of working or doing some other shit, he's spending time with himself. Like we going to church, we going to sit by the water, read books, or we going out to eat, we going to get our hands and our feet and stuff done. I didn't understand the shit, and he always try to push that on me.
Right.
But it was like once I start going through certain shit and dealing with like certain situations, I started to realize like, oh, so this is why he was doing this, and this is what he meant when he say do this. So I believe like the mentorship and the therapy like that mix with the two, if you have the right person, and it's vital.
Right. Yeah. It seemed like a lot of self-care, like what you was talking about, like, I feel like a lot of guys like that self-care stuff, you know what I'm saying? Because when you look at women, man, I swear it's like, they get over, the bullshit so quickly because I feel like they heavy on self-care, you feel me? Like, so they trying to get over some shit so quick because they just busy, you know what I'm saying, trying to keep themselves up or, look the best, feel the best, you know what I'm saying, eat the best, whatever, you know what I'm saying. Whereas a man, we'll wake up every day in pain and just try to like force the day, force the, you know what I'm saying, like literally go through the whole day without trying to talk to nobody. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Like literally, like that's why I'm asking. Like, is it like therapy with the the guidance of a big homie or?
Yeah, I feel like it is. Like if you got the right one, man, cause they'll like bring out your vulnerability for real. Yeah, and that's not like, it's crazy because like back then when we look at certain shit like that, we like, damn, that's gay. Like,
right.
Trying to do that shit. But now, like, yeah, I feel like having like that right mentor and that right big homie, that shit could be therapy for real.
It gotta be the right one, cause a lot of these OGs and big homies is full of shit.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of them will see a younger person and see ways they can manipulate them to do shit that they necessarily didn't want to do or couldn't do, and it might not be the best thing for that young dude. You know what I'm saying? I done seen it a lot of times where an older person, OG, whatever you want to call it, will take advantage of a young dude.
Tell somebody to do something and you wouldn't even do it. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Like, that's crazy. That's
they
backwards.
got like secret hidden agendas and shit.
Yeah, so the right one will definitely steer you in the right direction, but it's a lot of phonies out here.
So y'all feel like with men having like dealing with these mental health problems and or the way they go about it, is this affecting like relationships at home? Like, is it like
I did.
you know what I'm saying, like trickling down towards, you know what I'm saying, like, I don't know, like dealing with your family or dealing with your partner, or,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Cause
Yeah, so I feel like that for sure because it could be certain things that you holding in that you, I could say, traumatized from, to where when certain situations happen and certain shit you go home doing it self-consciously not knowing.
right,
So it could be like, like say you got traumatized for something, you ain't talked to nobody about it, you know, just put it behind your head, whatever. Try to just hold it in. Your spouse could do something that triggered that. So because you got triggered by whatever she did, whatever you holding in, that's gonna cause you to react a certain way. Like you could cuss her out, you could just do some shit to where the reason you did that was a reaction from being triggered.
right.
So I feel like that definitely could, like, you know, go down and go on how you handle situations, how you treat people.
Y'all feel like it's like mad disrespect going on right now between the two, like sexes, like male and female, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of just like it seemed like almost like people trying to make it like we don't need each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a big narrative out now that basically is like the whole scene is just like destroyed. Like, men don't need women and women don't need men. Like, we just do this shit on our own, figured it out on our own. It's like, how y'all feel about that, man? Like,
I feel like that stems back to the music situation.
right.
It's the music, the women are pushing independence. They pushing fuck niggas. Men pushing fuck females. You know what I'm saying? The disrespect is on both sides, and you know, back in the day, it was more of a household, family. Like you said, Marv, you listening to Temptations, they talking about loving and they talking about making babies, and you know what I'm saying? They talking about wholesome stuff, but
Ain't too proud to be.
nowadays music, fuck that. We about to, you know what I'm saying? Fuck that, fuck this, and it's a whole different scenario. So I feel like what you said, just it all stems back to the music and how the music is pushing out this negative message of women do it on their own, men do it on their own.
It's safe to say that's why the dating scene is what it is now. Like, you know what I'm saying, with the music, like it is a majority of a
That shit definitely make it
influence.
tough to
Play a
find
big ass
the
role,
right
for
person.
sure.
And you might have the right person, but they just influenced by the wrong music and listening to the wrong stuff.
Yeah, so polyamory is, you know, a man being able to date two women.
Right.
Like married or date.
Nah, not married. So married is polygamy.
Okay.
Polyamory.
It's when you dating two women.
It's when
at
you
the
dating
same
two
time.
women.
And they okay with it, and they knowing.
Yeah.
I would have to say, man, it's tough, bro. I would have to say, because dealing with one woman as it is, you know, it could be a lot depending on who you dealing with. You know what I'm saying? So when you dealing with two women, it's only gonna create more of a. I'm not gonna even speak negative and say headache or nothing, but it's only gonna create more of a task for you, because at the end of the day, you gotta keep both of these women happy. You gotta tend to their emotional needs, their physical needs, their materialistic needs. And
Yeah,
then
buddy, you gonna be out some thousands, my boy.
All right, so I got your response. I'm gonna talk to you about your response. I want to hear your response, Cash.
My response damn near the same thing, bro. I'm not gonna lie, that shit gonna be hard. Like, because it's simply the fact, because it's like this, bro. How hard is it to get one man and one woman on the same page right now in today's age? You know what I'm saying? So,
That's true.
and I'm not knocking your dreams or whatever, you know, but it's just, it's so hard for one man and one woman to make things work nowadays, let alone when you trying to intertwine all three.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? You gonna be buying 2 Chanel bags, 2 Christmas presents. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's, you're not living a regular lifestyle. Now that might be your lifestyle, but that ain't the lifestyle for me.
All right,
You know?
so after hearing your response, this is what I want to say. So this is the problem with our generation and our culture is we always think a worst case scenario first. So, you know, y'all know I listen to Dame Dash.
Right.
And I read The Secret and The Power and then talk about manifestation.
Okay.
So if you trying to, you know, manifest certain things, you never think a worst case scenario first. Don't get me wrong, you do got to kind of think of reality. But if you thinking about a dream,
Right.
you not dreaming anything that's realistic. You dreaming
that's
shit
true.
that, you know, can't happen. So it's like if you have a dream and you dreaming, okay, I got a Lamborghini. You dreaming about that Lamborghini. You not thinking like, damn, how much is gonna cost to fill this Lamborghini up?
Right.
Like you not thinking of the worst case scenario. You thinking of, you know,
But
the
I ain't gonna
positive
lie,
first.
I think like that, bro, and it's not, and I don't even think, I don't want to say it's negative thinking because a lot of people tell me that like, damn, bro, you think negative or you know what I'm saying about certain situations, but I like to think of it as I'm thinking of every possible option, outcome, result that could happen out of the situation.
Yeah.
And I think about that with business moves, with relationships, with everything that I do. I'm gonna think about every possible outcome, good and bad, before I make that decision. Just because that's just how I am, bro. I don't know.
Just think of the good first.
No, for sure, you gonna think of the good, but I'm gonna tell your ass the bad too, just because some people get so stuck on a high horse about a situation that they'd be like, damn, I didn't even think about that. And just because it's a negative, it might be a very possible negative.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And it don't always mean it's bad, because that might have saved you from making a bad decision. You know what I'm saying? I just like to think around the whole perspective of it.
Yeah. So I feel that, and then like you were saying with when I did ask the question, you like, yeah, so that's gonna be 2 Chanel bags you gotta buy, and, you know, certain shit. When it comes to stuff like that, I don't think about, okay, damn, I gotta buy 2 Chanel bags. My mindset is, okay, if I do gotta buy 2 Chanel bags, then I gotta think of ways to make more money. I gotta think of another business though.
No, for sure.
Every time it's like an issue, I try to
find a solution
to it.
And that's basically what I try to do as well. It's like, of course, all right, I still want to go on with this business venture. I'm gonna think of the negatives, but I'm gonna be prepared for the negatives when they come. So like you said, I can, okay, if it's gonna cost more money, all right, I need to do this X, Y, and Z to make more money to fund this, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just so when we come to it, it's not like, damn, I didn't even think about that.
So in conclusion of what we were saying, so if there is 2 women out there that is interested in, you know, getting together, having a little fun.
But I ain't gonna lie though, what is the positives that you see out of that shit though? Like,
Right.
Honestly, what it is was, like, I was always that kid to where somebody say, man, don't do that. Like, don't touch that iron. That shit go, it's hot. I was always one that had to go against the grain. Like, they just told me don't touch it, but I'm going to touch it. I got to find out for myself.
Right.
So it was just something, you know, me trying to figure out, like, who I am as a person and something I just want to experience.
Right. Yeah, I mean.
Now, don't get me wrong. If I was to find, like, a woman that come along, you know, throughout my journey that I feel like is a woman for me, then, yeah, I'm going to be with that woman. I'll be committed to that woman. But if I so happen to find 2 women that, you know, want to experience certain things throughout my journey, then I'm open to that.
So let me ask you a question. Say it's, all right, you got your 2 women, and it's you. So let's say one of the women get mad and don't want to be a part of it no more, or, you know what I'm saying, or it's tension between them, and how do you, like, do you kick one off and bring another one on, or is it like, okay, we just gonna resolve this, or nah, it's just gonna be me and you? Like, how do you think that them type of situations that happen?
I talked Nah, I was just playing. I don't believe I can answer that because, like I said, it's something I never experienced.
Right,
So I feel
right.
like if I do get in that situation, then when it comes up, then I'll be able to, try to navigate between.
But what if y'all like really invested as far as like bank accounts, as far as bills, as far as, all right, you might, because you the man. Now, okay, now let me ask you this. Now, since you the man and it's 2 females, what load do the females pull in this situation? And
You said what load do they have?
What role do they play and what role would you play?
So me in my eyes, I feel like a man is supposed to always make a way.
Right.
So I'm gonna take care of, what I'm supposed to take care of everything. And I'm gonna try my best to put them in positions to where, they take care of what they gotta take care of for themselves, to where they not depending on me and they
Right.
not depending on, each other. So it's like everybody literally depending on they self. It's just, okay, we wanna be here, but we don't have to be here. It's like we wanna be here. So I believe like that, will help all them problems and all them issues, knowing that we just want to be here because we want to be here, not because we had to be here.
You don't think you gonna get jealous?
Me get jealous?
Yeah.
No.
You ain't gonna get jealous. They went out to dinner. They posted up on the gram out to dinner without you. You get home from work. You thought you was coming home to a home cooked meal, and they up at Roof Chris, and you like, damn, like I was about to y'all
That's
could
why I
waiting
feel
on
like,
me.
like if everything is on a accord, man, where we communicating and communication, then that'd be good. I'm sure like you and your girl, like say you've been at the shop all day.
Right.
Hey babe, I'm about to go out to eat.
Yeah.
Like, do you want me to pick you something up?
Yeah.
Or something like that? Then communication.
No, for sure. But
I
it's
know
not
damn
like
well I'm not eating.
I'm
no
just
steak.
saying
they
jealous
eating steaks
because
and I'm eating noodles.
you at the crib fixing for yourself, and now they went on a date because it's 2 of them. You know what I'm saying? So like you wouldn't feel like you left out of the equation. Do it always got to be 3?
No, I ain't the jealous type.
Or can it be? Can you take one of them out and the other one stay at home? Or you know what I'm saying? Like I just don't see how that type of stuff will work.
You looking at it kind of like say you got.
Like
Y'all know
you're never gonna be able to drive a
Y'all
coupe.
know we listen to Corey Holcomb, right?
Right.
So you know how you talk about side baby? So you kind of looking at it as having a regular kid, then you
Right.
got your side baby.
No, but I'm saying though, like y'all can't do shit. Y'all, is it all together or can it be divided up? You know what I'm saying?
Bro, it would literally be the same as your relationship.
I just don't see how.
It would be the same as your relationship. Like some situations, well, I can't really speak on it because I'm saying like I want to experience it, so I would be able to answer these
Okay,
questions.
look, this is what we need from y'all. We need 2 lovely women to come holla at Marv and show him how this polyamor whatever work out.
I
And,
feel like
you
it
know what
gotta
I'm
be
saying? So he can
natural, it gotta be
experience
genuine.
this. I mean, cause
Polyester.
Yes, sir.
But no, on the real note, I got a question for y'all though. Would y'all rather be rich and unknown, or would y'all be wealthy and famous?
I feel like I'd rather be wealthy and famous. Because if I'm wealthy and famous, then I can take care of the 2 girls. No, I'd rather be wealthy and famous. And I say wealthy and famous because, okay, I built this wealth. And like we was talking about earlier, like I got a positive mindset. I want to push out positivity. So I feel like if I got this wealth, which us as humans, it's not a bad thing, but we idolize wealth. We idolize jewelry, we idolize having nice cars, nice clothes, and all that stuff. So I feel like with the wealth, I'd be able to show, okay, this is what I got, and I had that certain following. But with having that following, I know I'm not pushing out any bad, any bad energy or bad vibes and stuff. So I'm pushing out positivity. So if I'm pushing out positivity, I got all these people that's trying to follow me. Like, yo, how did he get this wealth, or how did he get that? To where I could show them, like, yo, we could do this and we could do that. We could build this wealth, doing all this positive stuff, and not doing certain things that jeopardize our integrity as men and our integrity as women to get these certain things. Now, I do understand, like, with being known and being famous, you always under the spotlight, so it's like pros and cons to it. So I feel like I'd rather handle that than, be wealthy and unknown, or rich and unknown, to where, I play no impact. Because I believe that we should live our lives for others, not just for ourselves.
That's real. What you think, Kev?
I feel like I thought a lot about this question, man. It's a good question. I personally, I would be wealthy and known, basically. You know what I'm saying? And I say that because, like Marv said, you want to do it for others, and you want to be able to leave that legacy and that money for your family that you never gonna meet. But I would be J. Cole unknown. You know what I mean? J. Cole famous. I would be famous, but how I want to be. I wouldn't be in the limelight how the media wants me to be. I would use it to my advantage and to my personality. And I feel like I'm laid back and I really don't care to be in the limelight, so I definitely would take that back route.
I feel you. That's real.
What you feel?
I feel like I would love to be wealthy. Don't get me wrong. I would love to be wealthy because that just means like generations to come, we still haven't, right? So it's like, I would love to be wealthy, but the person I am, my personality, I know me, you know what I'm saying? And I just rather not have the fame. I'd rather not have the. But it sucks because it's like, if you're rich, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it only lasts for so long.
Yeah.
So I guess the smarter decision would be go wealthy and unknown. But just knowing who I am, I'll probably just go with the rich and, you know what I'm saying, unfamous guy. But, you know what I'm saying, eventually, hopefully, make that rich into wealth, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like even with you not being famous, and you made a great point, Cass, but even with you not being famous, I feel like you can still leave an impact, you know what I'm saying? It's just all about how you go about doing it, so.
I feel that. Yes, I want to ask y'all a question too. Well, it's kind of not like a question, but it's like a quote. So when I say this quote, like, what do y'all get from that? The act of isolation is where we meet elevation.
The act of isolation is where we meet elevation.
Said, what do we get from it? Basically, say it one more time.
The act of isolation is where we meet elevation.
Shit, basically, you gotta box yourself in, lock yourself in, basically tunnel vision, block out all the distractions, and that's gonna be your purest form to elevate.
Yeah, was you done talking?
Yeah.
I feel like in a sense, like what he said, like basically what I take from it is, sometimes you gotta separate yourself. Sometimes you gotta separate yourself to get to where you wanna be. You know what I'm saying? Or not necessarily separate yourself from people, from habits, from, you know, all of the above that might be, you know what I'm saying, deterring you from where you gotta be. So I just leave a little story real quick. So when I was like grinding to get like my first car, right? My very first car was handed to me by my uncle. He just gave it to me, like, you know what I'm saying? It was a car, it was a Monte Carlo 2000. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I had it for like probably 15, 20 years, but he's the type of dude that kept his stuff like, you know, up to par, kept constantly oil changed, whatever. So when I got the car, I was young, probably like 17, whatever, but when he gave it to me, I probably made it last for about like another 2 years before it completely gave out on me. On the journey to get my next car, I realized, like, already driving the Monte Carlo, like, I'm like, this shit ain't gonna last. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, I gotta eventually like save up enough money to go buy something way better than this. So what I did was do exactly that, and I want to say it was like probably like my first 10,000 I ever saved to myself. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's probably like a little over 10,000, but I just remember going through the emotions. Like, bro, it took real isolation and real discipline to do that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes that shit not easy, you know what I'm saying? Like, you dealing with your peers that constantly want to go out, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, you at a young age, like, some people like 35, bro, still ain't never seen 10,000 to themselves, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, at once, anyway, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, for me to be like 17, 18 years old, I'm like, I'm not eating out, I'm not going out, I'm not spending no money on clothes, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to work, putting that shit up, going to work, putting that shit up, and this is like constant action. I remember it took a lot of isolation, it took a lot of discipline, bro. Like, so from that quote, that's what I get from it. It's like, sometimes you gotta separate yourself to elevate yourself.
Damn, that was a perfect example. Shit.
Real shit.
No, that's definitely what I got from the quote. When I saw it, the act of isolation meets elevation was, I was kind of thinking of it as, you know, a deeper level as far as knowing you as a person. So when you, most of the time in our generation, like, we follow what is cool or what they make seem cool. So a lot of stuff like we were talking about with music and stuff like that, certain shit they glamorize in music is what we follow. So many people don't know themselves, so they steady like following certain stuff. So you see so many people trying to fit in with like social media, and what I mean by that is like you just said, it's people 35 years old who never had $10,000 all at one time. So you got people that on social media that got like watches and all type of crazy shit, and they don't even have $200 in their bank account, all because they trying to fit in with a certain image.
Right.
So I feel like once you start to isolate yourself away from that to where you getting to know who you are as a person, like once you start to get to know who you are and you start to see like what's real and what you really should be doing, that's when you start to get to know yourself, and you can elevate to like a higher level and not just like portray certain shit on Instagram. It's like Payroll, one of his songs, he say, do you really want to be rich or you just want to look rich? So it's like, damn, you got all these people that's trying to look rich and they ain't got nothing to their name. Like,
facts. And
like I want to be rich.
I feel like, bro, discipline, it's like, it's only half of the battle. Like you said, you gotta get out. You might have to go travel or some shit to see, like, damn, these niggas ain't worried about this shit over here.
No.
Like, this shit we worry about within the inner city, they not worried about that out West Coast, you know what I'm saying, down south, whatever the case might be. It's a whole nother vibe. It's a whole nother, you know, but point I'm trying to make is like, bro, isolation itself can be hard. You know what I'm saying? Because you know how many people might, like they say, bro, misery loves company or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of people that's out here miserable as fuck, not having nothing. Like you said, like $200 in their bank account. They can't isolate themselves for shit. And they want to hang out every night because it's like, nigga, I'm hurting. Like, I need to be around some love, or I need to,
want
you
to
know
forget
what I'm
about
saying?
that. They
You
want
feel me? So it's like, isolation could be like literally the biggest part of the battle. You know what I'm saying? And then finding out finally that, damn, the shit I was worried about don't even mean shit.
Yeah.
Shit, some people don't even like they self to even isolate. So it's like, how can you isolate when you don't even like being around yourself?
Exactly. And then, you know what I'm saying? That's, like I said, that's only half the battle, and then that's only a percentage of half the battle because, nigga, now what you isolating yourself from, it could be you could have bad habits. You know what I'm saying? Where you can't isolate yourself from that shit. Yeah. Or it might take a long time or motherfucker that's just addicted to crack ain't just gonna stop tomorrow.
Yeah.
You feel me? You know,
Yeah.
so it's gonna have to be a gradual fucking movement towards what you trying to get to. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but isolation, man, that shit real.
Yeah, what you was saying when you gotta like see different shit to where you traveling, you know, to see, okay, yeah, they ain't worried about this. It goes back to what we was talking about earlier, like having them clients. Like I got a client that's kind of like, I wouldn't say the big homie, but he, you know, he more on the positive side, and he always give me like good advice. And one quote he left me with was not even a quote. He just told me like it's only 3 things to reset anybody's system. 1 is traveling to a different place, seeing different scenery, seeing this different stuff. The other
not
one,
to cut you off, but yeah, I heard that too. They say, you know, one of the biggest cheat codes to this shit is leaving the city that you was born in while you young. So anybody out there listening or watching, you know what I'm saying, if you got the chance where you don't have like, you know, no real responsibility that's tying you down to your city or your home, you know what I'm saying, take that venture, bro, and take that risk and shit, leave. Try to find something else. Shit.
so
Or at
number
least
one-
travel a lot, for sure. My
Number
bad.
1 was traveling to a different place. Then it was number 2, a life or a death situation. A life or a death situation really like changed somebody's mindset. And number 3 was reading. Like once you open your mind to obtain a like new knowledge, it create like a whole different type of mindset to where it could be like traveling. Like if somebody reading, when you reading, you getting into the writer's mind. So when you get into the writer's mind and you got like kind of imagery, it's like you reading, you see yourself in this different place, or you see yourself somewhere else.
Yeah, I don't, man, I think I was watching a video and they was saying, just real quick, I'm gonna hurry up real quick, but they was saying like library, like the word, like it's actually, I don't know if it's Greek for something, or it was like somehow they broke it down, and what that shit mean really was to like free your mind, like it was almost like a sanctuary where you go and you basically meditate and you out of your mind, like literally, like.
Yeah.
So back to what you said, like when you reading books, you basically in the author's mind, like that's real, that's true.
Yeah.
That's real, bro.
It's like you opening your mind to seeing different shit.
What you saying, that was like some quotes?
Yeah, so that was 3 steps to resetting someone's system.
Yeah, that's real.
I can agree with that, man, because one of my homies pushed me up on a couple books a couple years ago, and when I read those books, it completely changed my mind on like business, on life, and you know, I just couldn't see how a book could teach me the stuff that I wanted to know, because you know, reading was never pushed on us as being cool or expanding your mental. That was never something. It was just, oh yeah, go ahead and read a book. It was, oh, go shoot a basketball, or go do this and go do that. So once I started picking those books up and tapping into them, it really changed my mindset and really made me figure out what I really wanted to get into in life and the businesses that I wanted to invest in.
Okay. So it goes back to I want to leave y'all with this. It goes back to what we was talking about earlier, for us like having big homies and stuff like that.
Yeah, shout out to all you old niggas trying to give us like that. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate it. No, I'm talking shit.
And then like you were saying, Cash, like certain shit like that was cool. It's a lot of people that don't like to read. It's
Right.
people listen to audiobooks. Even then, people who don't like to read, people don't like to listen to audiobooks. It's important to have a big homie or have a mentor, because another quote somebody left me with, y'all know I'm the quote guy. So another quote somebody left me with was, when the elder in the community dies, then the library was burned down. So it's like you got this elder that then went through all this, got all this knowledge. So talking to an elder, having an elder as a mentor, a big homie, is so much knowledge and so much, you know, this person holds that they giving off to you. They basically a library. So people who don't like to read or don't like to listen to audiobooks, have a big homie. Talk to a big homie. That could be your library.
Yeah, that shit like a bookmark in history for real.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. And just I'm gonna leave it off on this right here, man. You know, like we talking about big homies, learning from big homies. I just don't want to leave it like, you know, like we can't be learning from a younger generation either. Like, you know, we can all learn from each other. Like, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, like, old can teach young, young can teach old, man. So, and vice, and all in between, you know what I'm saying? So, plan to happen way
I feel like
more.
that's the only way that it has to happen.
Yeah.
If young is not learning from old and old not learning from young, then that's where it's the disconnect, and that's where you create the clash of all old people. I mean, all young people supposed to listen to old people. It's really we got to listen to each other because we are masters of technology, of internet, of, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that, and they have wisdom and timeless years that we could never experience.
For sure.
So we definitely got to, you know what I'm saying, piggyback off each other.
So I got another quote. Shout out Les Brown. No, you're never too young to teach, and you're never too old to learn.
Appreciate y'all joining in the podcast, man. It's Out the Chair, Cash the Barber.
D-Wavy.
It's your boy Marv.
You know, and we out.